Shalom, Yashrala. This is your brother Dawada from GMS St. Petersburg, Florida. Coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, or HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for Yakim pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this quick little lesson thrown in, any chance we can get to expose Esau, the damn devil. All right. So I'm going to go into some precepts and give just one example of why Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is the devil. All right. Not why we call you the devil, but why you are the devil. All right. Because that's who you are. It's not because we call you the devil. It's just you the devil. Look at you based off of your actions, you know. What is that scripture? It says judge a tree by its fruits, roughly paraphrasing. You can know a tree by its fruits. All right. And we looking at the fruits of the so-called white man. All right. And it's just like if you go to court, if they look at your rap sheet, every time they didn't caught you 35 times. The 35 times I'm catching you and giving you bail, you always ran and they always had to go looking for you, So now time number 36, they looking at your previous record. You think they're going to give you a bail this time? No, they're going to look back at your previous record and say, nah, you were known to be a runner. So what? We're going to classify you as that based off of your previous history. All right. So, leading up to this here lesson, like I said, we're going to pull out, just one example. There's plenty of examples, but we're going to pull out just one in this here lesson. All right. So I'm going to start out here in the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. All right, in which that falling away had already happened. All right, according to what? Psalms 83. All right, the reason that we have to tell you that you're a Hebrew Israelite, all right, and that you're not a so-called black man, a so-called Negro or Latino or Native American, the reason we have to tell you that is because the so-called white man, according to Psalms 83, right, took away your nationality and things like that. So you don't know who you are first and foremost. All right, so that's that falling away. And hey, that's another reason why he's the devil. But continuing on, it says, let no man deceive you. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, and that's the state that we in now. All right, now, according to the scriptures, throughout the whole process of Ezekiel 2, Ezekiel 3, and Ezekiel 37. All right, and the men of the Lord being raised back up as the prophets. All right, to give warning to the Israelites and let them know who they are according to the scriptures, all right, where they are according to the scriptures, and who the so-called white man is according to the scriptures, or who the devil is, who is Esau Edom. All right, so we're in that time frame now. All right, as you see with these here videos that we putting up on on our channels and things like that. When you see us in the highways and the byways preaching, part of the job that we're doing is letting our people know, again, like I said, who they are. All right, where they are. All right. And also exposing who is Esau Edom according to the Bible, which is the so-called white man, and letting you know exactly who he is, which is the damn devil. All right. There's, it's like when, when speaking about the Most High, right. Sometimes you might want to say something like, man, that's, how Jake say, man, he bad, or man, the Most High, like one of the phrases I would say is like, oh man, that's gangster. That's like that's good. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, the Most High gangster. But and any type of term that we use with the Most High, right? There's no other term that we can really, there's, the names he go by, but like, the Most High or the highest is like, a name above all for one to say, because it's the top of the top, anything else, you can be like, oh man, that's cold. Well, you got the coldest, you know what I'm saying? Or man, that's bad. Well, I'm the baddest. You see what I'm saying? How we have certain terms like that, you're like, oh, like for instance, some females say, oh, I'm a bad bitch, right? Then you got like, I'm the baddest bitch. You have a certain type levels, right? Well, with the Most High, the only real name that you can give him, when trying to describe him in some type of way is what? The highest, the Most High, right? Well, when you dealing with Esau Edom, the so-called white man, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Just to get straight to the point with him, he's the damn devil, all right? All based off of his fruits, all right? And the things that he does. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking up a description of who would fit the description of the devil, it would be Esau Edom to the T. All right. And that's being revealed to you in your face today, because he's not just now becoming a devil. He's just not now doing devilish things. All right. He's been doing devilish things from the beginning. All right. But now it's the time where the curses are coming up off of us. We're waking up to who we are. All right. That's, you're reading the scriptures about our dead bodies laying in the streets. all right, for 3.5 days. Then what? The valley of the dry bones. All right, so now we come through that time frame where we're waking up, and now we see who the so-called white man is. He's the damn devil. All right, and based upon all his actions that he's acting in, all right, all his actions show forth that he's the damn devil, like the scriptures say. Our spirit bear witness that our spirit bear witness with the spirit that we are the children of the Most High. All right, the things that we do naturally bear witness that we are the Israelites. All right, there's a lot of descriptions and things like that describe us, but yet the same thing with the so-called with the devil, all right, who is the so-called white man. All right, so it says, let me read this again, 2 Thessalonians 2:3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man is sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So the so-called white man is being revealed here. All right, it says, let me grab a quick precept. Obadiah 1:6. It says, how are the things of Esau sought out and the hidden things sought up? All right. How is Esau being exposed? Through the power and the spirit of YAHAWASHI. All right. Let me go back actually, because I think it's right there as well too. Yeah, we'll get to it. So keep that in mind. Obadiah 1:6. How the things of Esau sought out. All right. Verse 4, it says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called. I'm going to read all of this verbatim. It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in a temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right. We could just, pretty much end it on that. And that'll be a lesson of why he the damn devil in itself. But nevertheless, I just wanted to open up with that because why? That's who the damn devil is. All right. Let me continue on. It says, verse 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. So this was written when? In the New Testament. All right. We way further past in time from when this was written. So what? The devil was being spoke about then. You know what I'm saying? And in fact, the devil was actually around on the scene at that point in time, as the Romans, the so-called, the Edomites. All right. But nevertheless, like I said, this isn't something new. He didn't just start being a devil in the last 5 years. Homeboy been being a devil the whole time. All right. We could just start counting from, some people like, oh, you going way back in history. All right, well, fuck it. Let's just start in America's times. All right. Since you step foot on American soil, all right, you've been a damn devil to the whole earth. We could just start there. All right. That's enough to fill up a whole book of your sins right there. All right. Continuing on, it says, verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Like I was just saying, he was already on the scene. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken away. And all right, so now let me go over to Obadiah and read that precept real quick, and then I'm gonna come back because that's where I wanted to line that up with Obadiah 1:6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? All right, so how is Esau being exposed? All right, this is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It says, and then the wicked shall be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right. And so how is Esau Edom being exposed pretty much by what? The prophets, the men of the Lord, the Most High gave YAHAWASHI, let him, Revelation 5, he was the only one worthy enough to open the seals. He wound up giving it to the prophets. All right. Now the prophets are exposing this so-called white man. And that's what you're watching right now. One of these videos of the so-called white man being exposed on why he's the devil. All right. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right. So again, go back to that, the comical image of Satan and the devil that you already know of. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the, how do I say, the breakdown of it. All right. So if let's go back to what we all grew up and thinking about, the devil, that little cartoon character, the little red dude with the pitchforks and the horns and stuff like that. Right. The little cartoon character. Now, going back to that cartoon character, what was all the so-called traits that was associated with him? All right. Being a liar, a deceiver, the bad guy, all these types of things. All right. Now, again, if you was to take that and make that be your so-called standard and judge around the planet Earth to see who that is, it's the so-called white man. All right. Now, going into these words, devil. All right. The word devil just goes into pretty much being the deceiver. All right. Somebody that deceives you. All right. So in reality, anybody can be a devil. All right. Two Israelites, you have two Israelites, right? One Israelite going and lying to another Israelite. They being a damn devil. All right. And that's why Yahushua said to some of the Israelites, you are of your father the devil. All right. They're not saying that they was Edomites or anything like that, but nevertheless, they just like 2/3 of our people today that's walking around, acting like that they not, for lack of a better terms, we're gonna use some carnal words. You have got so-called black people walking around like the so-called white man, right? Wearing camouflage, camo, and rebel flags and stuff like that. So-called Mexicans doing the same thing, camouflage clothes on and so on and so forth. Rebel flags and listening to country music, thinking that they're the so-called white man. But what? They being damn devils, basically. They devils amongst our people. But who is the devil? All right. The ultimate deceiver. All right. Also, this word Satan goes into adversary. All right. So again, you got two Israelites. All right. You can have two Israelites that's adverse to one another. Right. Let's say they're at each other's end. So from one side, the other person would be Satan, their adversary, and vice versa. But as a whole, all right, who is Israel's adversary? All right, who is deceiving Israel and the whole planet Earth as a whole? It's the so-called white man. All right. So yes, you could be anybody, any and everybody could be a damn devil or Satan or whatever, whatnot. They could be, you know what I'm saying, like pretty much like saying, you my enemy, or you a liar. You know what I'm saying? But then in context, you'd be like, well, this is the biggest liar that I know, and this is the biggest enemy that I know, the enemy of all enemies. This is the number one at the top. All right. And that's why he is the damn devil. All right. He is the devil. All right. It says, verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And so that's what he's doing, trying to portray himself like the Most High. But what? Using a lot of his devilish ways and signs and wonders. And we're going to get into some of those. And with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie. All right. And that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. All right. And so we're going to look into some of his lies and the things that he perpetrated on the planet Earth. All right. Go down to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is him transgressing by wine is not talking about, because homeboy is alcoholic. It's with his doctrines and his philosophies and things like that. Let's just fast forward all the way up until today, right? Let's say, you want to go get a cell phone, right? From Sprint or whatever, one of these big companies, right? Most of the time they tell you on the little things or whatever, whatnot. Now I can't speak on this 100% because I don't use those companies, but nevertheless, they would tell you things like, all right, look, you can get our deal for like $100. Then you go in there and then you get your bill or whatever, whatnot. Your bill's like $200 or $300. You'd be like, well, what the hell's going on here? All right. Well, they so-called tricked you with the advertisements and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So the same way with the so-called white man when he's doing it on international scales and levels. Oh, we want to, like, for instance, right? You have a lot of these countries. This is how they hijack these countries. You have a lot of these countries that they'll go in there and stage some kind of problem, right? Then the only problem that they can, the country will wind up going broke, So the only thing that they can do is go ask for an IMF loan. Yeah. We'll help you out. We want to, send humanitarian aid and do all this and that. We want to help you out. So on and so forth, But then at the end of the day, he winds up coming back and so-called bankrupting, for lack of better terms, bankrupting your country, all right, and collecting on all the resources, therefore, and then enslaving you with it, all right. But yet he's coming to you with his lying tongue and his deceiving tongue. No, we got the best, we got the best situation for you in mind, we trying to, make the best of it for you, but yet and still, what I'm saying, like the scriptures say, though his words were smoother than butter, war was in his heart. Basically saying that, like, he got a smooth little tongue. He's saying some nice little shit to you, but he really trying to kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? Or he really just trying to do harm to you. All right. So it says, yea, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. All right. That's another thing about Esau. Neither keepeth at home. He who enlarges his desire is hell. He never keep himself at home. He want to take control over any and everybody. All right. Your resources, my resources, his resources. He ain't got no resources, but he trying to take over every damn thing. All right. And control everything. All right. It says, who enlarges his desire is hell, and his death cannot be satisfied. Somewhere in the scripture pretty much say that, two things is pretty much can't be satisfied. Basically roughly paraphrasing, a woman's womb, like, women gonna always be giving birth. Like, basically people gonna always be being born on the planet Earth. in the pit, you know, the grave. You know, bodies are gonna always be going in the grave. As long as there's women giving birth, there's gonna always be bodies going into the grave. And the Most High said he created the earth to be inhabited, and the earth was gonna abide forever. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, children are gonna always be being born, and people gonna always die. All right, just like, you know, for instance, you know, you say like look at you know, grave sites and graves as somebody's stomach, right? Somebody eating. Like, yo, bro, the cemetery ain't never full. Like, every time you fill up this cemetery, another one fill up, because there's always people dropping like flies. Just like homeboy, he ain't never satisfied. Just like how the grave keep filling up, he got to keep rape, robbing, and murdering and taking every damn thing. All right. It says, verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay? Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? All right, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land and the city, and of all that dwell therein. All right. I don't really want to go too much further into that. I mean, we can just dealing on Esau, but I wanted to just aim this here one lesson, you know, in one direction for just this here topic. All right. But nevertheless, as you can see, the damn devil who exalted himself above all that is called God. All right. Saying that he's the top, you know, the how do you say, the top of the top, more or less to say. All right. Then he's gathering all these people up towards himself. All right. So, you know, he got to be the God over everybody else, controlling everybody else. All right. And taking everybody's resources, never being satisfied, and gathering up all these different people up under him and reigning over top of them. All right. Let me grab this as well. This is Isaiah 14:12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nations? You know, basically, this is talking about the devil, you know, the so-called white man. All right. Now, this isn't, again, we're not going to go into a deeper level about the, you know, what you believe of as this, that little red pitchfork man is, so on and so forth. All right. This is talking about the spiritual, or not, this is talking about Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right. That you see walking around all damn day long. All right. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? All right. The devil wasn't kicked out of heaven, you know, fighting with God or whatever, whatnot, like people say. All right. The heaven that is talking about is the heaven that he's in right now. All right. The so-called white man is in control of the whole damn world and has got everybody up under his feet. All right. So this here is being spoken in the sense of, oh, homeboy is either just now falling or he already fell. All right. It's like saying, damn, how you fall off your high horse? All right. You had to once be up on a horse first before you'd be able to fall off for me to make that statement. All right. So it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? All right. Which that is coming. We in that process right now. You know what I'm saying? You have some of our people looking around at Jake. You know, somebody left a comment on one of my comments on one of my videos saying about this curse coming on Esau. He said basically like some Edomites be walking, but some Edomite came across him and was asking him for some change. And he was thinking back like, shit, y'all never gave us no change, you know, or nothing like that. You weren't worried about us, but now these curses coming on to you, you know. People looking around like, damn, how you homeless now? Your face is on a dollar bill. You know, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nations? And which nation or people weakened all the other nations on the planet Earth? The so-called white man. All right. America, Babylon the Great. All right. Well, how do I put this? Let me make it clear. The so-called white man who is Esau Edom. All right. It says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregations in the side of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. All right. Yet you should be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit. All right. Well, shit. Let me continue on. It says, well, let me go back up to verse 13 and 14 where it says, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. So not only is he trying to, how do I say, rule over all the other people on the planet Earth, he's also trying to rule over the Israelites. All right. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Now you're trying to be like the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of different things that you're doing. All right. And we're going to get into that. All right. But it says, yet you should be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, all right, going back up to where that statement I was saying about Lucifer. All right, this ain't talking about no cartoon character type of thing like that. This is talking about the people. When you go outside your house, you know what I'm saying, or when you turn on the TV, that's the little devils walking around. All right, and it says, "Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms?" All right. Now, when you seen after September 11th, right? When you seen over there in Iraq and Afghanistan and all that, did you see you know, the ground open up and some like red devil come up out the ground and start trembling and shaking these different nations? Or did you see an Edomite, which was George W. Bush, get on TV with him and his little comrades or whatever, whatnot, go over there and start bombing the hell out of them people? And you still see them doing it to the same day. All right. Now you could throw Barack Obama in there and be like, well, first of all, he's not even our people. All right. He's not an Israelite. Second of all, he's still, even if he was an Israelite, he's still under the control and the commandment of who? The so-called white man. All right. So it says, verse 16, they that shall see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider, saying, is this the man that did made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms? So right now, let me keep reading. Verse 17, that made the world a wilderness and destroyed cities thereof and opened not the house of the prisoners. All right. So a lot of these right now, you living in a world now where a lot of people are looking at the so-called white man. They despising the so-called white man. Like, oh man, all he do is rape, rob, and murder. All he do is kill. All he do is blow up shit. Again, America, another country, America. Everybody looking at America and the so-called white man as far as who they are, the damn devil. All right. So I didn't want to make this too long, but I just wanted to grab in to hone in on this here point real quick about how the so-called white man is trying to rule over top of everybody else and trying to be everybody else's God. All right. Heaping up together all these different people. All right. And trying to rule over all these different people, just like how we know, well, shit, let me give you a prime example. What is that? Genesis, I think it's 10. Maybe Genesis 9. So I can give me 1 second. This is Genesis 11. It says, let me just get this. This is Genesis 11, 5 and 6. And Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And Yahweh said, behold, the people is one, and they all have one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they imagine to do. All right. So verse 7, go to, let us go down and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. All right. So nevertheless, going into that their situation, one of the problems of having a so-called white man or anybody over top of like one person ruling over all people, save the Israelites in righteousness, YAHAWASHI on down in righteousness. All right, the problem with that, having anybody else ruling over top of the whole planet Earth, is one people. First and foremost, the Most High is a separatist. He created different nations and gave them their own. Let me give you another example. This is Deuteronomy 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided the nations their inheritance and separated the sons of Adam, all right, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So he separated the different people. All right. They all had a separate inheritance, a separate land, and so on and so forth. All right. Now, going back to the Tower of Babel, let's just fast forward that till today. All right. Because the so-called white man is doing exactly pretty much that. All right. But instead, not with just one building, but pretty much in the mindset. All right. Everybody's speaking the same one language. All right. Now, we're not, how do I say, speaking the same? We all speak in English, but they all speaking with one consent. Now, imagine the so-called white man getting his New World Order, right? He's controlling every damn thing. All right. Now, with him controlling every damn thing, you already see how he's rolling now. With him controlling America, you know, he's pushing the LGBTQ community or whatever, whatnot. He's got these other nations doing the same thing too. All right. He's so-called supporting Israel. And if you don't support Israel, you can't be rolling with America. Right. So just imagine that to the fullest. Now, the so-called white man ruling over the whole planet Earth. All right. He'd be like, well, look, if you ain't no tranny, first of all, he an Edomite, you an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? If he could have it his way with nobody checking and challenging his authority, he would just make it illegal to be an Israelite and put all Israelites to death. Has he not been trying that according to this is Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And the words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau is touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. So again, if Esau Edom was at the top of the whole world, which he is pretty much now, but we not all under his consent, save the elect, we would all basically be exterminated if he had his way, or homosexuals or something to where we wouldn't be reproducing or serving the Most High. All right. Now, going back into a problem with Esau Edom being ruling over top of everybody, this is what his plan is to do. All right. And this is the time and the time frame that we're living in now. All right. This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both smaller. Salaki, give me 1 second. I gotta sneeze. Nevertheless, Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. All right. Now this is talking about what the so-called white man is one of his plans is to have everybody microchipped. All right. So now why would he want to have everybody microchipped? Like it says that he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and their forehead, that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark. All right. So you ain't going to be able to move or transition or to be able to do nothing unless you have this mark, being what? Something that more or less is like going, first of all, this word mark is going into charagma, which means like an incision, imprinted mark. All right. Or something inserted into the skin. Right. Just like cattle, you will brand your cattle with a brand because that's your possession. Right. Or your wife, you know, husbands brand their wives with as their possession with what? A ring, a signet ring, signifying that that's my possession. Right. She's already married. She's already taken. All right. When you go out to your garage or your driveway or outside and you look at your car is branded, you know, showing you who makes the car. Now, this is not a Ford. This is a Chevy. Look at the brand name on there. You know, you go in your closet, you got your Polo, Tommy, whatever, whatnot, Nike, this and that is branded with the things on it, showing you who owns, you know, whatever product it is, right? So the so-called white man thinks he's God above all other, you know, he exalted himself above all that is called God. Everybody gonna worship him, and he thinks that he is God. All right. His desire is like hell. He's never satisfied. He heaped to himself all people, gathered together himself all these different nations. All right. And then what? He's trying to, he exalted himself above God, above the Most High, thinking that he is God. All right. And want to sit here and microchip everybody and control everybody's mind, everybody's, way of life and being. All right. Just fully control every damn body. You know, further going into this with the transhumanism, AI, all of that different shit that he got going on, man. That's just bugged out, man. You trying to recreate human beings to the core, where you the God over top of all of them. You want to recreate basically robots and computers, and you be the one computer programmer that programs everything. All right. That's what the Most High is. He the computer programmer, the designer, and he programmed all of us. But yet there was a file that got corrupted, and then the virus started spreading. But now what? He's sending in that what do you call them shits? The virus protection programs to wipe all of that out. All right. This is why you the damn devil, because, hey, let me try to grab one more precept. This is Matthew 24 and 22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. All right. So, you know, going down this here road, you go into what? Agenda 2045, right? Which is not far down the road. It sounds far, but it's not far down the road. All right. Especially with all the things he's got to implement. All right. You can see that Esau Edom is definitely going down this here plan, this here route. This is what the so-called white man is planning on doing, is microchipping everybody, controlling everybody, and ruling over everybody. All right. But the Most High already gave us the, you know, the whole plan. Let me close out with this. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. It says, he disappointed the device of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. All right. So, you know, Esau Edom's plan is to get this new world order up and popping. Let me actually one more is to get this here new world order up and popping and microchip everybody, but that's not going to be so. All right. This is Job 20 and 12. It says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. All right. Though he spare it, forsake it not, but keep it still in his mouth. All right. Yeah. So he's not coming out here telling you, well, right now he kind of is, but beforehand, the way he normally moved was, he had a mask on and he would, how you say, gas you up or whatever. But now the devil rolling around mask off, with a t-shirt saying, hello, my name is the devil. So it is clear and it's obvious who he is now. All right. But continuing on, it says, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is gall of asps within him. He has swallowed down riches and shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. All right. So he swallowed down all these riches and plundered, raped, robbed, and murdered the whole damn planet Earth. And now he wants to enslave them. All right. He shall suck the poison of asp. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for, microchipping everybody, enslaving everybody. That which he labored for shall he restore. He shall not swallow it down. According to his substance, shall the restitution be. He shall not rejoice therein. All right. So according to let me give you this analogy, right? You didn't drink a whole bottle of vodka, right? Every droplet of vodka or tequila or whatever it is in the bottle that you drink, you're going to wind up throwing up every single drop of that, right? So the vodka or the tequila is representation of what? The resources that the so-called white man is swallowed down. All right. Rape, robbing, and murdering all these different nations. Look at them currently in Venezuela right now. All right. With that madness, but the whole planet Earth. All right. All these different things that you're doing and plus trying to enslave every damn body. Fuck everybody else. You trying to enslave the Israelites furthermore. All right. Hey, like the scriptures say, they're going to take them captives whose captives they were. All right. So you're going to wind up vomiting all this here back up and all the things that, like the scriptures say, reward her double as she rewarded you. All right. It's a righteous thing to render recompense to them that trouble you. All right. So it says, verse 18, Job 20:18, that which he labored for shall he restore and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. He shall not rejoice therein. All right. So if you didn't ran up in the liquor store, and you didn't bought up, or you didn't ran in the liquor store and you stole every bottle of liquor that was in there. All right. Now you got caught by the police. They're going to say, look, we didn't caught you. We don't want you to return half of it, a quarter of it. We want you to return every single bottle and any drop that was taken up out of any of those bottles. All right. It says, verse 19, because he hath oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away a house which he builded not. All right. So look at what he's doing now. He's slowly but surely liquidating everybody's funds to get them over and collapsing the Syrian economy, to get everybody on this RFID chip to further enslave them. But what, out of all this rape, robbing, and murdering he doing, he gonna have to pay for each and everything, all the restitution or all the substance he didn't picked up. He got to pay all that back. That's the restitution. All right. Verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired. So exactly all the things he's swallowing down, it's not going to be saved in his belly. Again, the same analogy. All the liquor you didn't drink down in your belly, you having a good time with all your friends, you didn't drink a whole bottle of tequila. It's all for vanity because every single drop is going to come right back out. All right. So it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, that's the time we in now, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. He shall rain it upon him while he is eating. And so that's pretty much the end all be all with Esau Edom and his ruling over everybody else, trying to be a god over everybody else and making everybody else serve and worship him. All right. That's why we call you the so-called devil, man. Because why? You trying to be like the Most High. All right. And you want to have everybody sit here and worship you. All right. You first of all, you come with all these lying, deceivableness and wonders and all these different lies and shit like that. All right. Then you exalt yourself above everything that's called God, painting your images and things like that, like God. And telling people sometimes when people be like, well, no, God wouldn't accept that. Oh, you believe in that bullshit? You read the Bible, the Bible's a fairy tale. Oh, we don't believe in that. Like those boys that had us in the news the other day, those so-called Catholic boys, go to an all boys Catholic school, but say that the Bible ain't even real. You see what I'm saying? That's the damn devil for you right there. All right. And it's clear and it's obvious. You can just judge a tree by its fruits. All right. You see the fruits that's being born by this so-called white man who is, according to the scriptures, named Esau Edom. All right. Esau's name was changed to Edom. All right. Or the Edomites, the children that come from Edom. All right. But nevertheless, this is why we call you the damn devil, man. You want to be like the Most High. All right. Just like the little story that we hear about, oh, God and the devil got into a fight and the devil was rebellious against God and he got kicked out of heaven. That didn't happen up in no heaven like that. The so-called fallen ones was the Israelites. We wound up falling from our first estate. But nevertheless, dealing with this damn devil. Yes, the devil is being rebellious against the Most High. He is adverse to the Most High and his people. That's what he was created for. All right. But nevertheless, Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for y'all pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.